My dog. Well, she's been missing for a long time now. Hops, like me. Stupid idea, naming a dog after yourself. They constantly think they're being trained. Every time someone you know stops you in the street. Made her a little bit high-strung. So, Vern mentioned this problem you have with a photo. Vern? Sure. Now, I know almost everybody on this road. Well, there's not many of us after all. Excellent raisins that guy Vern has. Did you try one? Delicious, am I right? So, okay, show me this photo. So, you're looking for her. What happened to her? Well, a singed photograph is never a good sign. I'm sorry, though. You don't remember anything? Well, I can help you with one part. You two came by my house, yes? See, that's my silo, there in the background. Yes, I got a lot of dogs. After a while, the kitchen got completely full. I'm not very good at getting rid of things, as you can see. Anyway, I invited you two in and put the kettle on the stove, but you never wound up making it to the front door. There was some kind of argument. No, just you two doing the arguing. She suddenly had to take a call. You got impatient. Well, I got the feeling there was something more behind it. But, who knows? Relationships between adult humans are not my strong suit. Well, I'm happy to help, however I can. What do you have in mind? My house? I'll do you one better. If you want to know what happened to her, why don't you just ask her yourself? You haven't asked me yet where we're headed. The warehouse of lost things. Impressed? Okay. It's this warehouse that contains everything you've ever lost in your life. You can find anything there, even feelings, but you only get 15 minutes to look. Yes, only 15 minutes. It really threw me the last time I was there. I got distracted by some mittens I had as a kid. Left them at a bus stop sometime in the mid-60s. After that, my parents bought those things that clip your mittens to your coat so it wouldn't happen again. Well, why not? Shamanic tribes of the Amazon believe that in order to heal, you have to journey into the other world, find the thing you've lost among the spirits, and bring it back. Now, and to think about all the things we misplace. Atlantis, huh? And we lost an entire city once. Why shouldn't we get a second chance just to go back and retrieve some of the things we've left behind? I suppose. Well, I've never looked for people. It definitely works for pets, though. I found several of my dogs there when they've run away from time to time. Stick with me, you'll see. Just keep your eyes peeled. Now, if I remember correctly, it's only about another 20 minutes from here. Peculiar. It's nothing. Just wondering about this green light. Are you one of these people who's good with cars? I was hoping you might know. I never saw it before until you got into the car. A car manual? Oh no, that's not the sort of book I keep in here. I'm a humanities teacher. No, I think we'll wait to find a mechanic someplace. Perhaps that part-time quiz show hostess. Ah, the green light. The epic sense of man's urgency, the future that keeps receding from us. Yes, I suppose you've read The Great Gatsby, too. It's probably nothing major, just a reminder to get something checked. But what do I know? I'm not the technical sort. Oh, we could ask Lola. Well, she's very good with these things. Lola's a kind of oracle. Well, she's given me lots of good advice, right from where you're sitting. Besides, more to the point, I'd like to check with her about directions, just to make sure we're pointed the right way. See if you can find her here. No, not a woman. A bear. Well, she's quite small, you see. A toy bear. Now, I found her at the World's Fair in Barcelona, 1929, at an exhibition about alchemy. Lola Montez. Well, she's somewhere in this car now. Feel free to rummage around as much as you need. What have you got there? Interesting. Looks familiar. There she is. Ah, Lola. Put her on the glove box lid, my boy. That's where she likes to speak. Yes, sometimes directly, and sometimes in a more of a roundabout way. Lola, dearest, now I'm here with this young fellow here, and well, the warehouse. Now, it's left up here on Concord Avenue, right? She's not ready to talk yet. She's lonely, and she misses her friends. Fellow memory objects. That's her preferred company. Trinkets like her, lost and found many times over the years, imbued with the memories of everyone who's ever claimed them as their own. Get enough of them together, and things start to get interesting. The present moment peels back like wallpaper to reveal the past behind it and the future ahead. Her and her friends, yes. She's very good. She even remembers my dog's names. About 9 months. Well, no, I couldn't look for her these last months. I got a bit detained. Yes, it all started when I was buying some tube socks. I was on the escalator, trying to leave the mall. Do you ever have that thing where you buy something and you know it's the right thing, but you start worrying about it just as you're leaving? I was staring at the socks, wondering if they were the right length. Now, I knew they were, but I must have not been paying attention, because suddenly I slipped down that crack at the end of the escalator, right where you're supposed to step off. Yes, exactly the thing kids are always worrying about, getting sucked down the escalator. Well, first quite quickly, and then very slowly. Before you know it, you're banging around in this chute, and then you land at the bowling green. That's what they call the entrance. That's a little area with some onboarding materials and that fake grass carpeting, so the landing isn't so rough. It's the most fantastic place. Under the escalator, just vast. Like falling out of bed and landing on the moon. Oh, no. There are other people there, but not much good for company. Everyone's just waiting to get out. Very poserish scene down there. Let me tell you, a lot of staged ennui. Oh, not much really. There's an old black and white TV that only gets a few channels. There are some old board games just lying around, but they're all missing pieces and instructions. There was one box that promised 8 games in one, but I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to play a single game. A couple of decks of cards, all incomplete. I must have dreamt 20 times that I found the 4 of clubs. Pretty much the only thing that passes for excitement there is when somebody new drops in. Pretty quickly, you learn to tell the difference between the real people and the mannequins they drop down the chute. Well, they open the escalator every year on January 1st, to clear everyone out. They used to do it more often, but then, well, yeah, budget cuts. I fell in the beginning of April, one of the last cold weekends of the year. Really tough thing to get your head around, being trapped in there almost a whole calendar year. They stuff mannequins full of food and supplies, put them on the escalator, and just let them slide down the chute. Oh, that's a big moment when they drop the mannequins down. Really breaks up the monotony. Everyone rushes over to tear the mannequin apart to get their hands on the food inside. Oh, indeed. But I guess it's the easiest way to get the food to slip down the crack. One time, a real guy fell down the shaft and was mistaken for a mannequin. Now, he was half torn to shreds before I pulled him out of there. Poor fella didn't look lifelike enough. Oh, yes. He was really quite beside himself. He gave me his pipe as a token of appreciation for saving him from the mob. Well, I still keep it in my pocket. Oh, look. Let's give it to her, please. Let's see if she's feeling more sociable. Lola, dear, are you feeling more chatty now? She says her tea party is still missing 2 guests. You see, we just need to find 2 more of her friends. Ah, of course. My audiobook about the gulag makes perfect sense. Only one more object to find now. Oh, well, it's something I used to play for her in the car an awful lot. There was this one story she used to adore. Oh, here's a fellow who's eager to get to the bottom of things. No, it's okay. I tend to ramble on a bit. What is it ye be wanting to the answer for? It's a reasonable question. Well, the answers are all in front of you. You just have to decide if you want to go all the way down the tunnel or not. You sure? You don't look quite like a fellow who wants to know the truth. Well, never mind what I think. It's a simple choice. I can give you the blue pill, and you'll return to your previous life, remembering nothing of any of this. Or I can give you the red pill, But then you're in here playing for keeps. You sure? No turning back after this. All right then, down the hatch. The only thing that gets better is that by the end of the year, the new people who fall through the escalator won't get so grouchy about it. Fall in around November, and it's a lot more like a short rest vacation. Makes the holidays burn a bit brighter once they get out. Oh, the red pill. I was just kidding about that. It's a tic-tac. You should see your face right now. Sorry, I have an awful sense of humor. I do enjoy a good practical joke. I pulled off a few whoppers in my time. Well, I once convinced a friend that the sun had exploded. He was quite distraught. We were on a fishing trip together. Tiny island, no electricity. Now, I set his clock ahead several hours. When his alarm went off, he went out to fish and waited. Now, by the time his clock said 8 o'clock, he started shaking me awake and screaming, "Where is the sun?" Now, of course, it was only 5 in the morning still. Listen, can I ask you an honest question? Okay, here it goes. This girlfriend of yours, why is it so important for you to find her? I mean, okay, the burnt photo, damsel in distress, etc., etc. I get it. But if you can't remember anything about her...
We'll always have this.
See? This is Lola's influence. It's starting to work. You feel it, right?
All you have to do is find your way back to me. Let's keep him as our pet.
You two didn't even mean to capture it. It just flew into the empty bottle. Yeah, so you think maybe the goal of this whole ride is to return to that moment of innocence and recapture the magic of that moment? Well, for your sake, I hope so. I think you know. You're like me. The past is the only place left for us. When we were young, we thought the past could only tie us down. Everything we wanted, freedom, lay ahead on the open road. Well, that was yesterday, and this is today. Now the past is all you've got, and the future is full of pain. Well, when we get to the warehouse, remember to keep an eye out for a firefly in a glass bottle. It shouldn't be hard to spot. They tend to keep that place pretty dimly lit. Oh, look. Looks like Vern started doing some advertising. I guess he's finally decided to take matters into his own hands. Normally, he's so stoic, letting things take their own course, never complaining. Well, he was just trying to help you. Seems like you can use it. You're totally infected with this frontier spirit, am I right? Always move ahead, always continue along the 2-lane blacktop. Take the red pill, don't look back, right? Wrong. You don't know what you're dealing with here, young man. Maybe Vern exaggerates a bit, but at least he knows these parts. You should turn back here. No, I'm serious. Take the whole goddamn pack of Tic Tacs if you want. It's just Lola, blast, nothing. Someone changed the street signs. Him. He's been here. I swear it was the second left past the red house. But don't worry. We'll find it. It's right around here. I just want to find my dog. These streets all look the same. This is worse than falling down an escalator. Here, take this. See if you can figure out which way is east. Are you sure? I mean, look through it and see if it tells you which way is east. No luck, huh? Well, maybe it does something useful. Oh! Listen! She's starting to talk. Hopefully we can get out of this maze now and head on our way. Lola, dear, this young man and we're looking for... She's saying something. Something about you. A car crash? No. He's fine. Well, just look at him. She thinks you've caused some kind of accident. I can vouch for this young man, Lola. Well, he's been with me almost the entire afternoon. She says she knows who you are and that she wants to help you. She's gathered these memory objects for a purpose, for you to put together, to bring you earthly knowledge, she says. Very peculiar. Well, isn't that something? It's alchemy, my boy. Art. A camera. Your means for turning water into wine, redeeming the past, renewing memories. Well, nothing needs redeeming more than the American suburbia. Now, am I right? Americana, where the surreal intermingles with the mundane. Here's your chance, my boy. Create a photo journal. Win some awards. Fireflies, sent directly from your memory, I suppose, to guide you. Oh, hello there, Lampyridae. Oh. Ho, those sideburns. Don't let my students get a hold of that. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos. They want to show us the way, but they can only do it through photos. Gee, I didn't notice him standing back there. Should we go back and pick him up? Who is that guy anyway? You don't sound very glad to see him. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos. Interesting proposition. I expect you get something rather valuable in exchange for this particular camera. No! My dog! How? If I can't find her in the past, I don't have a chance of finding her in the future. Oh, that was just nonsense I said to cheer you up. I just want to find my dog. Is that a dog collared in the street? I suppose, but what's happened to her? She's invisible. She's lost in time since the warehouse closed its doors. That's it. Capture her with that camera of yours. Oh, you're a good dog, Hobbs. You ran past a funny mailbox through a door, and we'll find you, don't worry. We've got to find that house. That's the one. Hang on. Look, the silo. That's my house. Funny how you can come upon the very place you live and not even recognize it. All depends on the angle you... Hey! There's Hops! Thank goodness. Oh, I've almost got her back. Listen, I didn't realize the warehouse was closed, but we must do it again. Now you have to promise me, pinky promise, that we're going to meet again in a year, okay? This same spot. We won't exchange contact info or anything like that. We'll keep it old school. Meet here in 1 year's time. What do you say? Wise plan, young man. People like to say that you can't live in the past. Well, look at me. I'm living proof to the contrary. Look, your fireflies are back. Seems like they're waiting to give you one last memory. Hops, wait for me!
I just think it would be fun to ring the bell. I lived here my entire childhood. I feel like I have the right.
Sure, but we better make it quick. Lots of driving to do still.
Hello. What can I do for you two?
This is gonna sound funny, but
Not at all. Come right in.
oh, sorry, I've gotta take this. To me, it's perfect here. I don't understand what's so great about our life in Seattle. Don't you ever think about making a change?
Sure, but this isn't the kind of change I had in mind. I get it. You grew up here, so it's your baseline of normal. But this just isn't my idea of an adventure.
Adventure. It's real here. It's a good place to grow up, to have children. At least it was for me. I can always find myself here. Same stars, same fence, same mailbox.
Hey, you need a ride someplace? Listen, I'm not your girlfriend. And I'm not your mother. But you'd better finish that pickle, or else I'm stealing it. Me? I'm a waitress, dummy. Waitresses have to be whatever people want them to be. Yeah, but not today. Don't worry. Thursday's my day off. That's okay. It's nice to sit on the other side of the counter for a change and see how the other half lives. This music, isn't it dreamy? I can tell we have some things in common. We both have to live by our wits. Hitchhiking isn't an easy trade. Waiting tables isn't either. I'll show you what I mean. Corned beef hash with 3 eggs over easy, whole wheat toast and hash browns. 2 eggs scrambled with bacon, sausage, English muffin, and french fries with mayo instead of ketchup. 3 eggs over easy with well-done bacon and a side salad, hold the toast, Greek omelet with well-done hash browns and white toast, a short stack of blueberry pancakes, coffees all around, and 1 Diet Coke. So, how many orders of toast were there? Okay, here it is. Corned beef hash with 3 eggs over easy, whole wheat toast and hash browns. 2 eggs scrambled with bacon, sausage, English muffin, and french fries with mayo instead of ketchup. 3 eggs over easy with well-done bacon and a side salad, hold the toast, Greek omelet with well-done hash browns and white toast, a short stack of blueberry pancakes, coffees all around, and 1 Diet Coke. So, how many orders of toast? Nope, 2. 3 if you count the English muffin. I figure there's an art to hitching a ride. You have to be able to read people very quickly. Waiting tables is no different. You get to know what people want before they know what they want. It's a sixth sense. When I picked you up, with you it was easy. Your mind is an open book. Seeing you wandering through that street in the suburbs, clutching that strange blue box like a talisman, I could see that you needed a good rest, a good meal, and a dose of friendly advice from someone who's looking out for you. It's good you managed to lose Hops back there. Let me guess, did he try to make you promise to meet him again? Yeah, we've all made a few of those. This highway is practically paved with broken oaths sworn to Hops, patron saint of useless stuff. Let me guess, you chose the red pill just like me. Well, you did learn something interesting about yourself in the process, right? He doesn't mean badly, Hops. He's just a bit stuck in the past. That's why he has all that junk in his car. Can't let go of anything. Can't change. People like to solve problems with the tools they understand. Hops thinks all the useful tools are in the glove box of his own memory. That's why it's good you got clear of him. He's a bad influence for someone like you. You need to let go to move on. I don't know, but driving in the rearview mirror will only get you so far. You can't live in the past. Well, judging by the faces in this place, you can't live in the present either. Look at these blue screen zombies. Everyone glued to their phones. Depressing. Very funny. That sense of humor will serve you well when our new robot overlords take over. The living dead all around us. Not you two, though. You and your girlfriend. You were very much animated. Although, maybe not in a good way. That was some argument. You were right over there, sitting at the counter. Well, I'm not one to eavesdrop. Something about text messages, being present. The usual suspects when it comes to couple arguing somewhere in public in the 21st century. I only caught the end of it. It was one of those things that suddenly boils over. One moment you were sitting there having your strawberry rhubarb pie and trying to figure out where the next gas station is. The next moment, when I came back with your check, there was this big scene with you storming out the door. Beats me. You didn't come back, though. She hung around for another 20 minutes, mainly talking on her phone. Then she got her stuff and left. Seemed like she was making a plan to meet somebody. Well, the way she was talking, it seemed very intent. And when I was wiping down the counter, I found this. Have a look. You might find it interesting. Weird, right? Gets weirder, though. Check out the back. Seems like some kind of rendezvous. I mean, I figure that's not your card. Beats me. I just work here. Sorry, Copernicus. I've helped you all I can this time. Sure, I can drop you off there once we get out of here. Pass me the menu, will you? I want to see if they have the seasonal milkshakes in yet. Aw, look at that. It's like a little map of your adventures. How convenient. Even your gas station is there. Did you notice? It's a typical sign, you know, of a lucid dream. Random happenstance, strange coincidence. This might be a good time to test if you have superhuman strength or can fly or something. I think I'll have peppermint mocha or vanilla caramel? Sure. I mean, come on. Raisin farmer? There's no such thing. Grapes have farmers. Raisins are dried grapes. End of story. Jeez, where's the waitress anyway? I'd kill for a shake right now. Well, things become real when we invest meaning in them, when we make them real. It's not a theory. There's a poem about this. A guy is having an argument with his friend. He's freaking out because the meaning of every word, everything, every idea seems to be falling apart. After a while, I understood that talking this way, everything dissolves. Justice, pine, hair, woman, you and I. Exactly. Booth, menu, you, I, mustard, mustard. It all starts to dissolve. It's my day off reading. Well, he remembers this lover he had, and that helps him get his head screwed on straight again. Well, in a sense. It's more that he thinks back to what it was like when they were together, and the different memories come together and leave him with a sense of specificity. That things are real and not just a big pile of words and concepts and stuff that fall apart the moment you try to squeeze them tight. He thinks back to when he was a boy and remembers this river where he would try to catch the little orange silverfish called pumpkin seed. That's nice, right? Feels good to say. Pumpkin seed. Makes things feel more real. Look at me. Don't forget me. See me for who I am. Pumpkin seed. You'd be surprised. You wouldn't believe how much people project their weird bullshit on me. It's the curse of the diner waitress. Less a real person and more a blank screen. Oh yeah, plenty of that. But also just these cliches people have with diners. I can't tell you how many swingin' dick detective McGurks I've met in this place. Give me a coffee as black as a moonless night, darling. Shit like that. Are you sure about that? Or is that just what you want me to be? You don't seem to realize that you're the one pulling the strings in here. Well, everyone has an agenda. People think they come to a diner for food, but they're really looking for something much more profound. They want something, and at the end, they settle up. You bring the bill, and they have the chance to make good again. Everybody wants to be forgiven. It's a simple transaction. You're no different. Only when you're as good at it as I am. In this job, you work as a professional shapeshifter. After a while, you can't even recognize yourself in the mirror anymore. You start to realize that nobody is what they seem. Not you, especially not them. This whole modern problem of people not really being present, it's everywhere. And technology only makes it worse. Once the robot doubles started showing up, that was the tipping point. Robot doubles. The first models were so expensive, only Silicon Valley types could afford them, like electric cars. But pretty soon it got to the point where basically anybody could afford a robot double of themselves. You could pick one up at Walmart, one aisle over from the toilet paper and the firearms. Even the company that produces my cheap-ass phone started them. They claimed they were on a mission to disrupt the human space. I hate that word, disrupt. Pretty much anything you want. But there's where you have to be careful. It acts like you, but it only performs at about 70% of your capabilities. It's you, after a bunch of drinks. So, if you're smart, you only trust it to do really simple things for you. Go to the post office, jury duty, fill in for you at your boring job. But People are lazy. They grow dependent on their robos, use them for all kinds of things they shouldn't, making complex calculations, blowing up boulders. People send their robos off to be with their wives, their families, while carrying on affairs. Check it out. Imagine you and I are in a relationship. Then you notice I'm acting a little slow. My eyes aren't focusing quite right. Like this. Look. See it? You just need more practice. Then you'd realize that I just stuck you with a pile of bolts for the evening. Right, so here we are. Two dummies out on a date together. Would your robo be smart enough to know that I'd sent mine? Or would they keep it a secret between themselves? All kinds of ethical issues, right? I don't know. I know you're trying to make your eyebrows move weirdly just to mess with me. Did someone stand me up with a robo? No, not exactly. It's more about this thing that happened to me at work once. I'm here, dummy. In my former life as a flight attendant. Grab that thing and pull up a chair. I'll tell you all about it. You feel like a sack of bolts yourself doing these safety demonstrations. People are zoning out, staring at their phones like the blockheads in here, or else just leering at you like you're the first woman they've ever seen wearing a uniform. But you start getting good at spotting the doubles. They're often the only ones paying attention, staring at you with those not quite human eyes of theirs. Technically, no, they're not supposed to be there. But like I said, people bend the rules, and security rarely checks. They're fine on the runway, perfectly docile. But something goes wrong at altitude, something about the navigation system. The FAA wanted to study it, but the study got shut down because you're not supposed to have them on aircrafts in the first place. So yeah, I learned to spot them right away. It becomes a job requirement, a matter of survival. Here, try your luck. Have a look at the table. So, 1 mustard, fine. 3 mustards, not